People are attracted to fire. They're attracted to flames. For instance, if you were to observe a burning building or a city on fire, would you gaze upon that fire or would you turn away from it? No, you would observe that fire. Why? Because it has a certain level of attraction. So understanding that a flame of fire or fire is attractive. It's attractive because it is a combination of deep rooted psychological and sensational aspects, if you will. When we say psychological, we're speaking of mental and emotional state, the mental and emotional state of a person. When we talk about sensation, the sensational aspect of it is the physical senses. So we're going to compare or do an analysis on an actual fire or a flame and how it is so alike as far as how we find ourselves attracted to a flame. When we think about even the name of our podcast, Sweet Fire, the podcast, our mantra is how to survive the flame when what attracts you burns. How to survive the flame when what attracts you burns. We talk about fire. Fire has a smell. Um, and you know, if we're attracted to an individual, we attracted is sweet fire. So at first it's sweet. It feels good. It tastes good. It sounds good. The touch is tender. Some people like it rough. If I can be quite clear here, some people like it rough. The taste it is sweet, and then there's a smell, an aroma that attracts people as well. The sound is his voice deep. Is her voice appealing? Does it draw you? So we're going to be talking about how being attracted to a flame, how to survive those flames in life in relational matters. It could be a person, it could be drugs, it could be gambling, it could be alcohol, it could be food, different types of substances. How to survive that flame when what attracts you, what you're attracted to, burns. How to survive the flame, what attracts you burns. I'm your host, Dr. Lydia Michelle Young, here with my co-host, none other than Intercessor Janine Nichole, here in the studio. We appreciate you for tuning in to Sweet Fire, the podcast. Today is Wednesday, middle of the week, midweek refreshing fire, a word to refresh you in this very moment that you can hang on to and digest for the rest of the week. Come on, Intercessor, jump in.
Yeah, and this sounds like it's going to be one of those episodes that will be able to hang on to what is coming forth on this evening from this podcast and just feast on it for the remainder of the week. Good evening, each and every one of you. Again, thank you for tuning into Sweet Fire, the podcast. Definitely looking forward to jumping in and having this awesome, dynamic, prophetic discussion on the flame. And it's amazing when we look at the symbolism between those things, you know, between a fire, the flame, and what we go through in life. Mm-hmm. How, you know, we can liken it to the flame of a fire.
Right.
And that's just absolutely amazing to me. So again, good evening to each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get right to it.
Let's get right to it. So you saw the flame, and you were attracted to it. It was appealing to you. Again, I'm gonna put that question out there. I want to throw this in the atmosphere for your hearing, and just take a moment and think on this thought. If you were to see a fire, have you ever witnessed a fire? And then was it easy for you to take your eyes off that fire? Did you turn away from that flame, or were you hypnotized,
right,
so to speak, or mesmerized, by that fire to do what? To see what the outcome, to see what's going on, you know? And so that's what fire does. It's like, it's hypnotic. It's hypnotic. It attracts us. And when we think about being hypnotized by a fire or a flame or an attraction or intensity or a deep desire or burning passion, it's like being put to sleep. We lose focus, especially when it's the wrong connection.
Right.
And that's what we want to talk about. How to survive that flame.
Mm-hmm.
The one that was sweet in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
The one that felt good, smelled good, tasted good.
Mm-hmm.
That had the right tone of voice.
Mm-hmm.
That had the right look. That had the right curves, hips, muscles, money.
Mm-hmm.
Those things that attract us. How to survive those flames when what attracts you burns. I'm gonna stop right here so you can jump in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the flame, it sparks a response.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's something alluring about that flame, right? The more the fire is blazing, right? The more the fire is ignited, right? The greater the flame. It's something about that flame that's going to spark a response from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
not just what do they call those who are obsessed with fire and they start the fires, pyromaniacs or something like that. It's
Arsonists?
arsonists. Okay, you know, it's not just them that are just so attracted to the flame.
Oh my goodness! Right.
You know, the flames they spark a response from everybody. You know, you have those who's going to run away from it, and then you have those who's just going to stay gazing at it,
right?
And you have those that's going to run right to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody is going to respond to that flame.
Yeah.
But the question is, you know, how should we respond?
Mm-hmm.
How should we respond to the flame that's very alluring?
Mm-hmm.
How should we respond to that flame that just mesmerizes us?
Mm-hmm.
How should we respond to that flame that hypnotizes us?
Right.
How should we respond because we are attracted to that flame?
Mm-hmm.
That flame has us focused. That flame has us gazing. That flame has us, you know, just standing there in awe.
Mm-hmm.
How should we respond to that flame that has caught our attention?
Right, because there's a desire that's developed, you know, because of that flame, the warmth of it, right? You know, think about fire. It really, millions of years have been a tool or mechanism for survival. So when we look at a flame, right? It a lot of times, especially the wrong flame, the wrong attraction, the wrong attention, the wrong intention. Because I mean, I've been there, and I'm gonna share some of my experiences when we talk about how to survive the flame and what attracts you burns. We're hypnotized by the flame. We're hypnotized by the fire. We're hypnotized by that feeling. We're hypnotized by it. So now we're sleeping on the reality. We're sleeping on the truth. We're sleeping on recognizing, you know, the hidden agenda behind his eyes, the hidden agenda behind that touch. So now we're misguided, misunderstood. It leads to something, and then that leads to mishaps. Come on, jump.
You said something right there, you know, acknowledging the attraction to the flame. You know, it's okay to be attracted to a flame. But it's how are we going to respond to it? How do we respond? You know, because a flame, you know, it does. What is the first thing that catches our attention, right? It's what we behold with our eyes. It's what we lay hold of with our eyes. But it's the response after we behold it. It's the response after we take a look at it.
Right.
You know, are we going to run to it? If we see, you know, that there's a red flag going on, if we see the stop sign, you know, are we going to run to it or are we going to run away from it?
And that's the thing. That's the thing, intercessors. That's what we do. We see the fire. We see the flame. We feel it. It burns. It creates a desire in us, right? Fire and desire. It does that. There's something that rises up in us. And we run right into the fire.
Right.
We run into the trap. We have the red signs. We have, you know, all the signals and the signs that, you know, this is not a good idea. You know, we have the signs. And so why would we run into a burning building?
Right.
Oh, and we're getting ready to close because this is just an introduction to where we're going here with Sweet Fire, the podcast. Now that we've already laid a foundation and, you know, so what I'm saying, never re-enter a burning building. How many times do we go back to an ex? How many times have we went back to an ex? How many times have we went backwards? How many times have we got stronger as far as, maybe someone drinks alcohol? You got stronger. It caused you some problems in your life. Liquor can be sweet. It caused you some problems in your life. How many times have someone here listening gained strength and then decided, I'm going to go back to that burning building?
And many of us do it. Many of us do it.
Yes, we do.
Many of us,
yes, we do.
We have actually entered. Okay, so the fire has caught our attention. That flame caught our attention, right? And we know we shouldn't run into the burning building, but we have ran into that burning building. Ran into that burning building. We've gotten burnt up. We've made the escape out of the burning building, and then we turn around like, well, I can't help it, Lot's wife. And we look behind us. I can't help it. Lot's wife. We look behind us and we run right back into that same burning building.
And you know what? What happens to y'all? Listen to this. A lot of us, most of us, what happens? This just happens in life, period. We creep into the burning building.
Right.
We sneak into the burning building.
Right.
We do, all these things happening behind closed doors. All these late night phone calls with the wrong person. Laying up all night on the phone doing, you know what I'm talking about?
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a flame. You attracted to it? You can survive that.
Right.
So how to survive the flame when what attracts you burns? Anything else before we close?
No, I'm just looking forward, like many of you tuning in on this evening and next coming days, looking forward to where this topic of discussion is going.
Yes.
It is so many things that people are involved in right now. There's those tuning in who was actually, they're inside a burning building. They're trapped in that burning building, and it's time to come up out of that burning building. And I believe the next coming weeks tuning into this podcast and hearing some raw truth, because as we're getting ready to close, the truth of the matter is it's not a lot of raw, discussions like this that are going forth. And people need to hear these type of discussions. People need to come to the table and have these kind of conversations, because it's when we come to the table and have these types of conversations that people realize, you know what? I'm worth more than what is, being given to me inside this burning building. So I truly believe that then in the next coming weeks that many are going to awaken to the truth of who they really are. And they're going to identify and come to the reality of their worth. And they're going to want to take that necessary stance and escape that burning building, because that burning building is getting ready to come down.
It's getting ready to come down. Stay tuned. We appreciate you tuning in to Sweet Fire, the podcast, How to Survive the Flame When What Attracts You Burns. Peace be to you. Peace be to your house, and peace be to all